It actually comes down to biology. So, in our minds, we have kind of three kind of core systems. You have your base core system, that's the most primal system in your brain. You have your limbic system, which is where your emotions and all that sort of lives. And there's some argument to say that all decisions are actually made in your limbic system. And then what sets us apart as humans is frontal cortex, which is where we can reason and have long-term memory and problem solve and all those sorts of things. And but the frontal cortex was developed last in our evolution, and so the limbic system is kind of the guy in control. And like, there's a whole, I could talk for another hour about that. And so what happens is if people don't feel safe, basically, or connected at work, or something's amiss, or stressed, what happens is the limbic system takes over. That's our emotional brain, and you may have experienced that. And it feels like all of a sudden you're just running things through your head, and you can't sleep, and you're stressed. And literally what happens when that happens is it literally shuts down your frontal cortex. So when that happens, you are not being your best self. You're not bringing your best self to work. And so when leaders create stress, that's what they get, is they get a bunch of limbic systems that are firing off in people, and they're stressed out. And it literally shuts down your frontal cortex. I mean, you can't focus, you're not doing your best work. And so from a biological perspective, what you're trying to do as a leader is keep people so their limbic system feels safe. That's the self-preservation thing that's been there for a long time, so that they can get their frontal cortex, front of mind. That's where their best self is. That's where their thinking self is. And if you can do that, then you got people that are bringing their best selves to work and doing the best things for the organization. So that's the biological reason of why it's important for leaders to create an environment where people can be their best selves, and they're there a long time. They should enjoy it. And by the way, when their limbic system gets fired up at work, that doesn't shut down when they go home. And so that tends to impact their personal life. It impacts their relationships with their spouse and kids and parents and friends. And it's just not good for humanity. And so my view as a leader is let's keep people out of their limbic system.